Hey guys, a little late in the week, but we're getting it done anyway. Number 7 for our fundamentals for the week is speak straight. So, speak straight is how it reads is speak honestly in a way that helps to make progress. Say what you mean and be willing to ask questions, share ideas, or raise issues that may cause conflict when it's necessary for team success. Be courageous enough to say what needs to be said and address issues directly with those who are involved or affected. So, speak straight is a really important one for the Mammoth team in general. A lot of these fundamentals can apply everywhere, but sometimes they have a point of relevance that's going to happen most often. And for this, I feel like this is going to refer the most to how we talk to each other at Mammoth and at work. It's very common to have, even if you're friends with a coworker, or if you're not friends, it's going to happen more often. But even if you are friends with one of your coworkers, one day eventually you're going to have a conflict with them. Might be a big one, might be a small one, but it's just inevitable. And when you are coming into work and you have goals and objectives and things you want to get done, and the main priority is, building the business, especially when we're a startup in an infancy of a whole industry, it's really important that everyone isn't holding resentment towards someone else throughout the day, because that's no question is that's going to affect those two people's ability to work with each other, as well as their own work quality during the day. And it also just sucks. Like, it doesn't feel good. No one likes being in conflict with someone else at work all day long. That's one of the big things no one wants to deal with when they come into work. So speaking straight helps resolve these issues. A lot of times when you have an issue with someone else, you want to either avoid the conflict, or you want to get your boss, have them resolve it for you. And speak straight really puts value on you yourself going and talking to the person that you're having a conflict or an issue with, and being honest with them with the intention of getting your point across, but also being respectful and polite and wanting an outcome. Sometimes people go into a conflict conversation only wanting to vent, or only wanting to put their point across with no real intention of wanting a solution, but just wanting to get some shit off their chest. I don't think that's what speak straight means. And if we go into our coaching tips here in the app, if you go down to two things I wanted that stood out to me when I read these, was under coaching tips, the last one says, for many people, the hardest part of having a difficult conversation is not knowing how to start it. A great technique is to begin the conversation by acknowledging its difficulty. For example, this is a really hard thing for me to do, or I feel really uncomfortable about this, or I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I need to be straight with you. By acknowledging our discomfort or our fear of having the conversation up front, we reduce the likelihood that the other person will take it the wrong way, or think we're just attacking them, for no reason, and not looking for an actual resolution. And one thing you also want to watch out for is that you're not speaking straight in the name of just dumping on someone in honesty. It requires us to be thoughtful in how we communicate so that our message can be most easily heard, right? Because if we're coming into this and we actually want a resolution, we're not just upset and want to dump on someone else, we're going to say it in a way that we think the other person's actually going to respond to positively, because we're looking for a resolution, and it's about keeping that balance between being honest and feeling like you feel better because you've communicated what's been bothering you, but you want to do it in a way that the other person's actually going to listen, right? Because if you come off and you're nasty, the other person is not, even if you're right, the other person isn't going to want to listen, and they're going to feel attacked. So speaking straight is really about being thoughtful in how we communicate, so that our message can be most easily heard and so we can make actual progress. I think a lot of us do this at Mammoth already, and I think it's something that everyone can always improve on in their personal life as well as their work life. And I think that's it. I think that's it for today. So number 7, speak straight. A question for you to think about would be, I'll give you 2. 1, what sometimes keeps you from having these straight, honest conversations? Are there any conversations that you needed to had but haven't yet? And what do you think the impact on the organization is when we don't have these conversations and you don't speak straight and you carry it for long periods of time? 2 things to think about. Thanks, guys. You've been great. I'll see you later. Take care.